All right. Today, Aviary Attorney. I've had this game on my radar for a long time. and we've already had my friend get slammed by Nightbot for too many caps. The cap limit is like, what did I set it to, like 40? you gotta like put a lot of caps in order to get smacked by Nightbot. See, I'm lenient about it, but Nightbot's like, you know, more than 40. That's worth a backhand. But before we get started, you know, we have a very important thing to share here. Hang on. Oh, wait. I forgot I muted this tab so it wouldn't play during the there we go. I hope there's some updated autopsy reports. I'm just saying that. But anyway, here we go. Aviary Attorney. I'm excited about this one, actually. Also, let me know if the capture stops working, because I was wrestling with this for like half an hour to make this work. And it had a problem where it would just kind of like freeze up. Like the game was working fine, but the capture would just lock up. Well, now you're just taunting the poor bot, and that's just rude. Come on, he's a very hard worker. He's just doing his job. Be nice to him. January 1st, 1848. Forgot to refill my water. A Chateau Criniere of something. I wasn't looking. Oh no, the poor frog. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon Dieu! Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. Oh, the bird has human hands. Oh, the bird has human hands. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird falcon? Too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because of my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Concierge prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Seigneur Pertois de Miao of the de Miao estate. Oh, that's a lot of French. Hella, you're from Canada. You have to teach me how to pronounce all the French. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that, the de Miao estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court? Nope. I think not, Sparrowson. The fate of a fat cat bourgeoisie is none of my concern. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon already. What? With all respect, Falcon, we've been doing nothing for the past 2 weeks. Anything would be better than another day of thumb twiddling. Which brings up the question once again, why do you have thumbs? Why do you have thumbs? Still. Come on, let's be productive members of society. No. No, I've made up my mind. Okay, fine. Can we just play some cards to pass the time? Now there's a marvelous idea, but what game? We don't really have players for Tarak or Seago. I know. There's this game I learned at university called Jacques Noir. Jacques Noir? That sounds dubious. What, blackjack? Blackjack. No, it's a real game. Let me tell you how it works. You draw cards from this deck to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Yep, it's blackjack. Call hit if you want another card and stand if you don't want any more. You're aiming to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Yep. Sounds good. Deal me. Oh, we're actually just gonna play blackjack instead of playing the actual game. Well, this is the game now. Hit me. Oh, we're in a real good position. That's 11. Come on, hit me with a 10. Ooh, stand on 20, baby. Yeah. What do you think? Are you getting the gist of it? Yeah, I think I've got it. Yeah, I think I've got a handle on it. All right. Now we can make this interesting. How do you feel about a little wager? Sounds good. What did you have in mind? 1 franc per round? 2? No. I was thinking of something else. I'm intrigued. Go on. We play 1 round. If I win, you have to take on Dame Caterline's case. That sounds like quite a hefty wager. What do I get if I win? If you win... I've got it. If I win, you must... take a vow of silence. You must take a vow of silence. Not a peep out of you for 1 week. A whole week? I don't think I could manage a day. Frankly, I don't think you could manage 5 minutes. But if you manage it, the office would actually be peaceful for a change. All right. Let's play. So the question now is this rigged? Is this how it forces me to play the game? Hit me! Oh, we're at 11 again. Good, come on. Hit me with a 10. Hit me with a 10! Ah! I knew it! It was rigged! It was rigged! I knew it! This is how it forces me to play the game. Ah, that's good. I like that. What? No way, you cheated. You didn't shuffle those cards properly. Let's go again. 2 out of 3. How does that American proverb go, Falcon? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Oh, this is my punishment for gambling on a made-up card game, isn't it? Fine, we'll take the case. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demau's... Signor Demau's letter first. 1 moment, Falcon. Pertois' letter has been added to your evidence folder. Shia, that's a question that I don't want to even think about. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase. Ah, I nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again, I recall you losing it at the New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, all right. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking the wallet symbol. 20 francs. Let's make a move. Okay. I'm going to take 2 seconds to refill my water bottle, because I forgot to do that before stream, like a moron. Okay, I got my water now. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or a location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas marked with no symbol can be visited freely. For centuries, the infamous concierge prison has detained the accused and the condemned alike. Oh, so this has got some extra complexity to it over Ace Attorney. Like, we have 3 days before the trial, and so we have a limited amount of time to gather evidence. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. I like that. So it's possible to not get all the evidence before the trial. Oh, how does that affect the game? I'm excited to see how that works. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the concierge. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Cataline Dimiao. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're her lawyer, huh? Fine, fine, follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Cataline Dimiao, I presume. You've arrived. The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petty assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Yeah, you fucking incel. Sorry. My papa has told me he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available on such short notice, so he hired the first people on the address directory. I'm trying to do a French accent that I'm not doing very well, but you're stuck with it. So suck it up. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? What happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. It's not French, is it? Me and my papa... Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinière, the home of the great Baron Roguel. Roguel? My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Camera. It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Catterley. So after we had the photograph, I went to the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Roguel, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille. Well, until, you know, he died. And there was Monsieur Robito de Robinho, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Dame Catherine, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or, a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I am afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait! Falcon, you missed something of huge importance! I did? Dame Catherine, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was! You and your damn stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Okay, well that's a red herring, obviously. It's the quality comedy you get here at this channel. Go on. Then a marbled steak served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please. For me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. This music's just a little loud. Hang on. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for the steak? Nope. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Criniere would have gorgeous silverware. But there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Criniere and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Robito de Robinho. 2 days for 2 tasks. Seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? Yeah, sure. Of course, Dame Catherine. It's our duty as lawyers. And as gentlemen. To have faith in your testimony. You can trust us. Thank you. Thank you both. Well, Arunia, this is Aviary Attorney. It's like Ace Attorney, but they're birds. Dame Catherine, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Roguel. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook. Fuck off! So that I can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work. Okay, yeah, okay. I get it. This game came out like in fucking... What did it come out? Like 2012? 2014? Something like that? Yeah, we get it. Access a list of people you've met at any time. Okay. Let's make a move. A new day. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. but you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting the Save and Quit from the pause menu. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by pressing the escape key. 2015, I was close. Let's check out the murder scene first. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crinière. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excusez-moi, monsieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change? You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Many thanks to you, messieurs. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child have something to eat is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson, we've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crinière. Whoa, look at this place. Baron I'm never going to learn how to pronounce that name. Baron Rorguel must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes, he's with the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron! We'd like a word! How's that? Oh yeah, by the way, Arunia, if you didn't get the chance to see before, the birds have human hands. The birds have human hands. The birds have human hands. God, yeah. Good job. I saw the yee with like 10 question marks before you got timed out. Actually, wait a minute. Hang on. I can do something about this. Wait. Where's the... Hang on, I can... Wait. How do I VIP? Hang on. Wait. Okay, hang on. VIP... Arunia. Hang on. Okay, I think you're a VIP now. Actually, I'm gonna do that for... SHA. And... There you go. There you go. You're all VIPs now. Congratulations. Wait, what? Why is Nightbot still slamming you? You shouldn't. You should be a fucking VIP now. Fucking... Oh, you're probably, like, out for, like, 5 minutes now because it hit you twice in a row. Fuck me. Oh, it deleted all your messages. What the shit? Okay, please stop testing, Nightbot. I'll fix this later. Oh god, yeah, it just wiped all your goddamn messages, Arunia. What the shit? Yeah, please stop. It's deleting the entire chat. Like, seriously, please stop. Like, don't test Nightbot. Just roll with it for right now. Like, it's gonna time you out for like 5 minutes if you keep this up. Yeah, it also just like clears messages. So please don't fight with Nightbot. You won't win. I will fix this later, okay? Fucking... Hang on. All right. Options. Right. I can set this to. Okay. Hang on. I'll fucking fix it right now. Hang on. All right. I don't know how long this is going to take to like actually like take. It might take. Okay. So I set Nightbot for VIP stuff, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Oh god.
Did I hear my name? The great Baron Rorguel, property owner extraordinaire at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators?
No, we're attorneys. Not quite. I am private attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson.
Lawyers, eh? You know you aren't the first to have passed through here today.
Oh?
Yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious.
Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch we'll be seeing him at the trial.
A friend of yours?
Something like that.
So what can I do for you, messieurs?
We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening.
Of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself?
Actually, yes, that would be fantastic.
Well, be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident.
Oh, it's pronounced Roarwell. Oh, that would make sense. Okay. I'm gonna go with that. That's a lot easier to say. Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I am afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron.
It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations.
So, where shall we go first? Let's head to the lounge first. Save the murder scene for last. It's a giraffe. She's so tall, she's off screen. Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey, Falcon, did you see that? See what? That housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah! Yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duho. So, what can I help you messieurs with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh, yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing... just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know, the painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking along more obvious lines. There's no hands on it. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rorwell just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make note of it. They took the hands for themselves, you're not wrong. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No. I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week. Pressure her. Are you sure there isn't anything that you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. It isn't? Oh. What do we do, then? I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? I guess that's all. Red herring. This is a red herring. God, what a stupid joke. I love that. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and... Well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? Ah, you know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust. I see. So where to next, Big Bird? The murder scene. Dame Catherine said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. In investigation mode, you're free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest, and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you have had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click on the X in the top right corner. Select an area to examine. Oh, okay, it highlights things. So that's a little bit of help, at least. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep. Eventually we realized it was just filling up on hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Ugh, terrible. Okay, can I also ask a very important question? We have obvious, like, animal people. Are horses not part of the animal people? Your pain fuels my soul. Shut up, Hella! But yeah, like, are horses not part of the animals that became animal people? You're right, it's the Goofy and Pluto thing all over again. Oh, God. Here's another horse statue. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No. Barkeep says, you've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the table. Fuck! I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Pain. Pain. No, please, no more horse jokes. I can't take any more. Baron Rorwell certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. Oh, thank God there was no horse joke that time. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it? I'm not saying that. No, I would not. I'm not giving it the respect. I'm not dignifying it with saying it out loud. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water at the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see the inside of the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade in the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome. Get it wrong and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Tails. Plant squiggles? It's called a wreath, Sparrowson. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles. Here I go. It's heads. Should have gone for the old Emperor, Falcon. Gah, fine, hold my shoes. Falcon should really learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. No murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky. It smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a very wet cigar butt? Possibly belonging to Baron Warwell? Correct. That shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Is there anything else we need to do here? Well, yes. The stairs on which the poor frog bastard was murdered. And, yeah. Just scanning with my cursor, I think that's the last spot. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenouille died. You see any bloody footprints? Ooh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written with the frog's last breath. Come on, Sparrowson, this isn't Danganronpa. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. And I guess that's it. I think we're done here. Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck.
Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
We had a good look, thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you.
Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide.
What happened on the night of the murder? Baron Rorwell, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh ho, am I in trouble?
We'll see. Not at all. No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture.
I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that.
I see.
Is there something else I can help you, messieurs, with?
I don't know that I want to throw her under the bus, but she stole all the silverware, man. Like, all of it. Like, how do you manage to be that, like, absent-minded about how much you're stealing? We met your housemaid, Colleen Duhot.
She's a courteous young lady, isn't she?
Yes, she was quite helpful. Yes, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation.
I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else?
We'll be leaving. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time.
It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs.
Yeah, can you imagine somehow managing to steal just all of it? Like, you have a dinner party and you're like, man, we don't have any silverware. I wonder what happened to it. And the Baron doesn't seem like concerned about it at all. I mean, granted, he's got a ton of money. He can probably just order more, but to think that he didn't notice it was just all missing before the party. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon?
I hope so.
Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Sparrowson, I'm going to chop off your human hands. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. All right, last day before the big trial. Let's head to the studio. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. Ahem. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Robinho, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means that he is a pretentious bird brain, but in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? We should knock anyway. All right, I don't see the harm. Nope, doesn't look like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe? Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back. I'm barging the door down. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first? What in bird Jesus' name was that? Bird Jesus! Oh yeah, no links because spam bots, are very unfriendly. Sorry. If you got an Imgur YouTuber Twitch clip link, those should all work. What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. We ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very swanky. It was a YouTube link. Okay, that's weird. Nightbot's malfunctioning again. That'll probably... Oh. That will work that time. Just Ace Attorney music. Okay. I don't know. If it was missing, maybe... Oh, if it was like... Yeah, okay. I'll be sure to add that to Nightbot then, so it recognizes the, like, u2.be links. I was going to say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. I see a bourgeoisie tigress in profile. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now. So let's not. A chandelier! You should get one of those for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways... It's a black smudge, Falcon. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who once fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Hella, you must be loving this shit. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps. It looks more like a stepladder to... Yes! We have it! We got it! We got the stepladder joke! Yes! Yes! Okay, so for anyone who hasn't played Ace Attorney, every Ace Attorney game has a stepladder joke. Every single one. And they got it here. I'm so happy. You don't understand. Clip that shit. That's great. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. That makes me so happy. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings. It's cool, we're lawyers. It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. Sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrowson. Oof. Hey, Falcon, look! What? It's just an easel. No, look what's on the easel. Oh wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Catherline, and I think that's Senor Pertois, Catherline's father. Look at him, he's a big fat cat! So what shall we do? Do we just take this? Yeah, let's take it. We've come this far, we may as well borrow it. Dubiously acquired evidence. I'm sure this is fine to present in court. Is there anything else we need to do here? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's everything. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh, mon Dieu! What happened to my door? Lie. Some kids did it. Little weasel types. We saw them. That seems racist. Yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were like, no, weasels. You cannot do that because that would be illegal. And then they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. All right, it's time. Let's go. The Palais de Justice. Justice. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. I really hope I'm saying that right. Are you nervous, Falcon? Nope. Nope. We've got this case in the... Nope, we've got this case in the bag. Literally every time Sparrowson opened his mouth, I was waiting for a terrible pun. Yeah, you learn to just kind of, like, get ready for that. Look at my feathers. Feathers. See? Totally unruffled. Wow. Well, at least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon. Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do? No. We've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. Ah, I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Let's go. It's a rabbit. Judge Maxime. All right. How do I do this guy's voice? All right.
All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everyone here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rabington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest?
Sparrowson, obviously. I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Are the jury all present?
All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Voloretti, to the witness stand.
Inspector Voloretti, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no. Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Juste
Voloretti. Volerti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with the lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you could walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorwell. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Meow. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. But bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Valerty is a professional Among Us player, Jesus Christ. He's a stuffy one, not an out-on-the-streets real gumshoe. Yeah, I wish we had gumshoe.
Hey, pal, how you doing? You can't say pal, that's my endearing character trait.
Select a key phrase you find suspicious and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Oh. So this is another spot where it differs from Ace Attorney. In Ace Attorney, for the most part, you can just press on anything, and that's kind of what you have to do in a lot of cases. This is very different. You have to avoid pressing for pointless details. So that's cool. I kind of like that. Because guess what? The players don't like having their time wasted either. Alright, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline. She was standing over a sliced open corpse with blood on her paws. Let's press the sliced open corpse. That seems important.
I would like to ask about the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille.
Go on. What was the cause of death? What was Monsieur Grenouille's cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived on the scene. Monsieur Grenouille had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. I spoke with the coroner, and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. I see. I suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was an unrelated injury, huh? Yes. Tell me about the slash. Inspector, could you describe the cut on Monsieur Grenouille's corpse? Certainly. It was a single vertical slash. It was a fine and deep cut, the sort that you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife. Or a cat's claw? Certainly. Wait. You say saber or knife could have inflicted the wound. Isn't this line of investigation that's worth it pursuing? Don't be daft, Falcon. Did you see or hear anything about a knife or sword at the crime scene? Well, no, actually. There were no knives to speak of. Well, no. But it's a possibility, is it not? Without, evidence, it's a pretty unlikely possibility. Let's stick to the facts. Let's talk about the scene of the crime. Inspector, you say you found Dame Cataline at the scene of the crime. Correct. The suspect was standing right beside the victim's body. Did you find anything out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? Missing garden tools, broken fences, that sort of thing. Definitely not. When we combed the garden, and it came up empty. Nothing but marble horse statues and properly trimmed grass. That seems pretty definitive. When you say standing right beside, would you say that the two were less than 1 meter away? I would say around 3 feet. Feet? I'm not familiar with British measurements. How many feet are in a meter? Well, there are 12 inches in a foot and 2.5 centimeters in an inch, so... Wait, I need a pen and paper. Oh, God, not this. 12 inches to a foot? That's just plain silly. Monsieur Falcon, is this going anywhere? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. The metric system is going towards a unified system of measurements for the entire world. Assuming these stubborn-ass Americans don't drop the ball, that is. I meant for the trial. Does this line of questioning have any purpose in the context of the trial? In any form whatsoever, Your Honor. And stop wasting our time. Lost a little favor with the jury. Blood on her paws, that's important. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille? I guess not at the moment. Wait! Falcon, you're onto something. I am? Yes, I can sense it. Look through your evidence. Maybe there's something that can give you a clue. Oh, right! The fucking bloody rare steak! I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? The bloody rare steak! On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington? Well, in a matter of, speaking, I suppose the steak may have been on the, menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well. Wait, don't, answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No. So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with, flawless etiquette and, perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, just like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question. Or at least, it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. How can she eat with a cutlery if they were silver? Huh? So stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorwell residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorwell approached us about this very subject last night. Ah! What a twist. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear.
Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case.
Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time.
Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Rebitio Robinho, the, photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Robitio Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest.
Could, the witness please introduce himself for the, court record?
As if anybody on the courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robitio Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence.
Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un pipe. Pipe.
God if I know what he's saying. You may have seen my works in hip magazines, Le Branché or Sechouette. I can send you tweets if you like.
What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already.
Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Robinho. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us your, activities? Were on the night of the murder?
That's a typo. Very well. I was hired by Baron Rorwell to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rorwell and left. Like a true artist.
And, with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph?
I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves.
I was almost about to say this writing looks professional for an indie. Yeah, I mean, little typos happen. They happen in Ace Attorney too. I've been watching a streamer that I like play through Ace Attorney, like the trilogy lately, and even in the re-release, there's still typos. I guess it's not possible to catch all of them. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see, Baron Rorwell, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see, Senor Pertois de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen de Hot, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. First is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. And this is in direct, opposition to the photograph that we have, isn't it? Yeah, our photograph has Dame Cataline in it. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabbington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at, 7:30. Oh. Since when does that clock have hands? Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Volerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. Looks different to the one that we borrowed from Rubinho's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Colleen Duhot, Dame Cataline, and Signor Pertois. But Monsieur Rubinho's photograph shows Baron Rorwell where Dame Cataline should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down. Be all like, BAM! Inconsistency! This whole courtroom is out of order! Case closed! I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words.
No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Robinho would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. The defense may proceed. Sounds like an Ace Attorney reference to the shouting. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a waste of your time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Let's see. So that 7 p.m. is right, as far as I'm aware. I set up my camera. Let's talk about the camera. I would like to ask about the camera itself. Go on. How exactly does it work? How exactly does the camera work? I am afraid that is a patented trade secret. Oh, but it is a mechanical device, yes? You point it at something, and then it clicks and whirs and out shoots a photograph? That's quite a crass explanation. It is true that I point and click the camera, but that only creates a negative, a prototype of sorts. Then I have to develop the photograph, and it takes time. How much time exactly? Around 4 days. This photograph is hot off the press, if you will. I suppose that does explain why the Baron hasn't received his photograph yet. Can a camera ever make mistakes? That seems a little bit of pointless questioning. Let's see. Let's press the photograph. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. The hands on the clock. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, Monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the, key piece of evidence that implicates this client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinière has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rorwell or his housemate if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced? Bribed? Threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
You did it! You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille.
What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered? By whom?
I dare not say.
Monsieur Rubinio, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws! Did you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancien regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course.
I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Excellent. So, the, clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Catherine as absent, close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the, night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Catherine was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
What are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Pertois de Meow, perhaps?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Pertois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Warwell deliberately tried to frame Dame Catherine? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
Baron, it's not, time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge?
Yes, I suppose that's fine.
Very good. And I trust the defense has no objections.
No objections here.
Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, let me ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Oh, okay. Baron Warwell, on the night of the,
The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Catherine followed behind him moments later. Signor Pertois, Monsieur Rubinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Catherine. That would be when I heard her cry for help.
Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from that.
I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garcon? Garçon?
Is it Garcon?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorwell, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Let's see. Take another look at the evidence here. We have... let's see. Signor Pertois Request that. We have the camera. We have the red herring, which still cracks me up a little. The bloody steak, the missing silverware, the edited photograph, which we can't present. Missing clocks, and the cigarette butt in the garden. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be important for this part, I'm sure. The garden.
Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves.
What's with all the horses? When was the last time you visited it? $10 on the red herring with dinner. Yeah, he looks suspicious by not looking suspicious, pretty much.
Baron Rorwell, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why's that?
Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. Ah, a cigar butt? That could belong to, anybody, and...
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaids cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar into the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Except it's not, because it was the upper basin. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Rorwell, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorwell, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden.
Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen.
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no, means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence. Think harder, Monsieur Rabbington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorwell as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rubinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
This is preposterous.
And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then, he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said.
Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something! Object!
Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Senor Pertois de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic.
No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeoisie of the worst kind. How dare you, Garcon? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeoisie. I am a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you right here and now, like a damned frog. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Yana. Let's go, old man. To the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself.
This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the numbers of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao, to be not guilty.
Woo! Look, we even get the not guilty. There's no confetti, though. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it. Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon!
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You are amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
It was nothing.
I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you. She did it? What do you mean? Wait! I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business. You understand? She doesn't have human hands! What the fuck? Wait a minute! Holy shit, now that's a real twist. Ace Attorney took 2 full games to do that twist. Aviary attorney does it in the first goddamn chapter. Holy shit. To increase my papa's share of the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rorwell's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that it was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture, because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Rubinio to paint me over Baron Rorwell, and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Oh my god. Oh, it's because we stole the photograph mid-edit! It's our fault! What the fuck? Oh my god! Holy shit! This game! Holy shit, this game! This has replay value! What the shit? I'll be able to play this and go back and play this again, like afterwards, like after I'm done streaming it, and see what happens when I just let this play out the way it's supposed to. I think there has to be different endings, because you can lose favor with the jury. You can get the jury angry at you. You can, and I don't think that's an absolute failure. That might just be like a different ending. Possibly. Right? Like, we could have made the decision not to steal the photograph. We could have made the decision not to break into his house at all. Yeah, I think there might be different endings that aren't just game overs. That's... And, like, there's another thing that I don't know if you were here when it revealed it, but, you have a certain number of days leading up to the trial, and going to certain areas will consume one of those days. So you can... like, it's possible that in the future there will be more places to go to than there are days until the trial. So you could just run out of days before the trial and not be able to get to every single place. That seems like it's a possibility. This time there were 3 days and 3 places, so we had to go to every place. But this opens up like some branching narratives, which is really cool. Yeah, I am completely on board with you, P. Power Steel. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeoisie kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? Your game has been saved. Do you wish to continue? Yeah, let's see. I got like... I normally go for like another hour or 2 hours. Let's see if we can do one more chapter. January 7th. Yeah, imagine winning the trial, but we still failed. Holy shit, man. Let us be reasonable, signors. I'm sure this is a simple misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard! Oh no, no, I have to do a Spanish accent. See, a Spanish accent. Oh god. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. But now it's midday on Monday and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. Let's go look for him. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start, but the bird brain never gave me his address. I'll just have to find him the hard way. Not sure if I stay to avoid getting spoiled. That's fair, but I mean, like, if there's branching paths, you could, like, go the opposite way and then see, like, other, like, alternative endings. But that's up to you. Let's see. Where would he be? Possibly at the Palais de Justice? This game is called Aviary Attorney. No sign of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you, the, first-year dropout. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? I remember calling it Bird Attorney when I first... Yeah. Like it says in the title, there's a Phoenix joke here somewhere. Falcon? The guy who, somehow blundered his way through the Cataline trial with the help of some, very dubious evidence? No, I haven't seen him since the, trial. Oh. Well, thanks anyway. Let's see. Let's check the concierge. Excuse me, monsieur. I am looking for my friend. Do I look like a lost and found to you? Buzz off, bird brain. All right, then. That was easy. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhot? Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrowson, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought that the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then, I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who can put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the corner of Le Canard Joyeux, mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. Le Canard Joyeux. That's the dingy student bar on Rouge... God, all these French names. On Rouge Juan, right? It's not dingy, it's just a little rustic. In any case, that's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle. Anytime, Sparrowson. Sparrowson steps through the doors of Le Canard Joyeux, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you in years. Is that on purpose? Is this double seen you on purpose? I haven't seen you in years. How are you doing, hun? I'm feeling pretty good, Mademoiselle Coignel. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcon. Falcon? Yup, that sorry lump has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Mademoiselle Coignel. It's no problem, hun. He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. No sign of him. Mon Dieu! I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcon? What are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon, wake up! Wow, the bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake up a drunk person? Or a drink on his head. Well, I guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey! Oh! Hella changed his name, okay. Ah, good, you're up. He's dripping. Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the aviary office so we can get some work done.
I don't understand it, Sparrowson.
Huh?
I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures, I found all the evidence, I presented the case beautifully. And yet, a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice?
Maybe we need to try harder?
Try harder.
I don't know if we messed up, or if the system messed up, or what, but we just have to do our best as lawyers, I suppose. Maybe if we work hard enough, we can stop mess-ups from happening again. Sorry, Falcon. I don't have the answers. But what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's boulangerie.
Croissants.
Yep. We're waiting for you back at the aviary.
I'm sitting here moping about justice, and you offer me croissants.
Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pains au chocolat, too.
I could go for pains au chocolat.
Fantastic. Let's make a move.
So weird that you can't really just correct yourselves after the trial.
I mean, well, I don't know how the 1980s, was it 19? No, it was no the 1800s like justice system in France worked, but I mean, if it's going by like, if it has like the double jeopardy thing, it means you can't be tried for the same crime twice. But yeah, I don't know. It would also be like really weird for them to like go back on that after they've already like made the mistake. I don't know. I told you, Pierre's boulangerie on Rue Verde is something else. Rue Verde. Oh, that reminds me. The baker told me something interesting. You know what they call pains au chocolat in America?
They don't call them pains au chocolat?
Nope. Pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole nother language.
So what do they call them?
Chocolate croissants. Hello?
Chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles?
I think those are still profiteroles. But rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate.
Simply outstanding.
Is this the aviary attorney? Can I speak to someone, please?
Well, what do they call crepes?
Excuse me!
Did you just hear something, Sparrowson?
Down here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one? Chocolate Royale. It's legit a Pulp Fiction reference. Oh god, I haven't really watched Pulp Fiction. I should. That really should be on my list.
Oh gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps. Mousy. My name is Mousy.
Oh. Get ready for... This is going to be a terrible voice. I'm sorry in advance. And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy?
I have this friend, and he has fallen under some legal turbulence.
Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested?
Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
That's quite a problem.
I know. Oh, but I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain.
The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start?
I forgot.
I must ask, Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more...
not terribleness?
Expertise.
Oh, the prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned.
Really? The prince said that?
This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain. I'm not gonna play coy this time. I'm not gonna play blackjack just to get railroaded into doing the case.
Yeah, that does sound awkward after the last trial. You're right. Of course, we'll take the case. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We have royalty to defend.
That's the spirit. Good luck to you, Miss Yours. You aren't coming with us, Mousy? I have other matters to attend to. But Prince Juan is being held in the conciergerie. Conciergerie? I'm sure he will fill in all the details. Right. Let's make a move then. So that's the catchphrase. Let's make a move. Let's see. La conciergerie. Okay.
Good day, monsieur.
Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rorwell is pacing around a cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He's super mad. But hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? The lion didn't want a death sentence. He probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. Oh, death sentence. Oh. Yeah, it can't be concierge. There's like more letters than concierge has. Like the IE is not I think there's an extra like ER in there. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Querido, heir to the throne of Spain. The mouthy fox, huh? That guy's driving me nuts with his signores and his flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better.
Jesus Christ, Quark.
Well, come on then, while we're young.
The Prince of Spain, I presume.
That was great. I love that intro.
Indeed, I am Juan Guiardo, heir to the throne of Espana, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon.
Well, I wouldn't say legendary. I wouldn't even say notable.
Such humility, I would expect nothing less from a renowned individual such as yourselves.
I'm going to fuck this accent up so many times.
But let us get down to business. I trust that my compañero, Mousy, explains the situation.
He told us that you have been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start our investigation.
Ah, of course. What is it that you wanted to know?
Tell us about the murder. What I need to do is I need to do the I need to do the Inigo Montoya accent.
You keep saying that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. To be honest, Prince Juan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get into so much trouble. Would you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder?
Of course. Let me see where to begin.
It was the cold and misty morning of the 6th of January. I had heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais du Louvre, and I wished to meet the man himself. So after a brief stroll and picnic in Tuileries Garden, I entered the palace.
Oh, yeah, links. Oh god, did it just... I really, really, really hate that Nightbot smashes, like, all of your previous comments when it times you out like that. That's dumb. Oh god, 66 messages! Jesus Christ! I'll see if I can make it not do that, because that's ridiculous.
I found the royal entourage in Louvre's Grand Gallery. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue.
How romantic.
But before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howell. "Ouch!" cried out Major Howell. "I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower." And then the major slumped to the floor. His face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died.
He died straight away after being pricked.
Straight away, senor.
It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Signor Falcon. But clearly, the police felt that poison upon the rose's thorn was the only logical explanation. And with so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself?
So where did this rose come from?
I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Les Halles markets. A girl by the name of Catherine Mérès Signet. But surely you're not suggesting that the flower girl applied the poison herself, Signor Falcon?
Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry.
Did you want to ask something else, Signor Falcon?
Why are you in Paris?
I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with the current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It's chaos, and the people are suffering. So I thought, if I can befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Quierdo dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation. Well, I guess that plan's out the window.
Sparrowson, don't be rude.
No, he is right. I have failed terribly.
Don't fret, Prince Swan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name.
Maybe once the dust has settled, you will have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. Thank you, Signor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted?
Yeah, Power Steel, I'm with you. I think having branching paths really makes the game feel a bit more alive. Makes your decisions feel a lot more impactful too. It's got a lot more of a visual novel feel than a standard Ace Attorney game. Ah, this book? It is a Spanish classic, Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it?
I've heard of it.
Readings for squares.
I've heard of it. It's about the knight who jousts windmills, right?
That's one part of the story, yes. The hero is a virtuous but elderly knight by the name of Don Quixote. In the chapter you mentioned, he takes up arms against an army of giants who are terrorizing a town. Quixote's partner, Sancho, warns him that the giants are just windmills, and their flailing arms are just sails twirling in the wind. But Quixote doesn't listen. He takes up his lance, gets on his horse, and charges anyway. Sounds more like dumb Quixote. Am I right, Falcon? Perhaps he is dumb, Signor Sparrowson, but many of us spend our whole lives jousting imaginary giants. Speak for yourself, Juan. I've never been jousting, let alone seen a giant.
I think we're getting off track here.
Indeed. I tell you what, Signor Falcon. I'll lend you my copy of this book. Maybe you'll have time to give it a read at some point.
Maybe I will.
Thank you.
I'm not reading that full name.
But it's been added to the evidence. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Read it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be my affiliate stream. I'm just going to read the entirety of Don Quixote live on stream.
No, I think that's everything. Thank you.
What's the plan, Big Bird?
Well, we have two lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais du Louvre, and see if we can find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in Les Halles Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose.
2 tasks spread over 6 days? This almost sounds too easy.
Let's not get complacent.
Good luck, signores. Wait a minute, Falcon.
What is it?
Did something seem off about Prince Juan to you?
Quite a character. He seemed colorful to me, throwing roses, spouting about literature. Juan's one suave Spaniard.
Maybe I misread him.
Well, look, if this is bothering you, then we could always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Juan's dirty secret. If he actually has anything to hide, that is.
Yeah, let's dig up the dirt.
But we've still got a trial to prepare for. Priorities, Sparrowson.
Yeah, we've already learned that, you can't exactly trust your witnesses. Uh-oh. Let's see. Ah, so I'm guessing this is where we would find out his dirty secret at the bar. Makes sense. Let's check with the flower girl first. I think that's the least chance we'd have of having to like backtrack here. Let's not judge him on just being a wolf or fox. Yeah, it's a good idea. The parrot arrive at Les Halles Market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeoisie and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said that he met a flower girl here. Signe, I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her? I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself. So we should probably act with tact and finesse. Never say tact and finesse in front of Sparrowson. Never do that. We've already learned that that's a bad idea. And you've done it again. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady. We would like a word. Tact, Sparrowson. Tact. We've been over this. Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from milady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you'd be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. 'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby and has said dumb things ever since. Hey! Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Signe? That's right. Catherine Marie Signe. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt? How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as the murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me. The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads. So, do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please, ask away. Who bought your last rose? Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to? The person who bought the rose... I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. Sounds like our Juan. I met him around a week ago, on the 6th. We talked for a little while, about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty. Oh, why's that? Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling. Pressure. Mademoiselle, it just so happens that we're defending this particular fox in the court dossiers. Stop using French, please. You're killing me. If you have something to say that could prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know. I'm sorry, messieurs. I can't. Wait, Mademoiselle Signe, wait up. Damn. Nice display of tact and finesse, Falcon. You scared her off. The Swan obviously knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is. Agreed, but I don't think she'll be in the mood to tell us anything else. I know. Why don't we try acting with a little more tact and finesse next time? Hush. Oh, well... that can happen too. All right. I've learned another important lesson. Yeah, Shia, I'm not going to read that. I don't know what that says, and I'm not going to read it. Yeah, too much pressure can ruin things as well. So we have to be careful about what we press or we could lose other leads. Okay. Again, very interesting. This is gonna be fun to like replay. I probably won't do the second like playthrough on stream, but I'm gonna come back to this for sure. This is very interesting. All right, let's head to the Louvre. All right. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to the Place du Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre's Grand Gallery. That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. I could record it and do YouTube highlights, that's true. That could be a little bonus for the YouTube channel. That's not a bad idea. Which reminds me, there's going to be a little bonus on the Smile For Me highlights whenever those go up. Won't be for a while. I still actually need to cut up that stream, but I found there's an entire epilogue to that game that the developers made a year later. So I read through all of that, and I just kind of talk about it a little bit. I didn't think to record it until after I'd, like, read through the entire thing. But, yeah. Very cool game. Very good game. Absolutely recommend playing that one as well. Let's see. That's the Arc de Triomphe. Du Carousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road. What? No way! Why are there two? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arches as he damn well pleases. What? Let's see. What's this man's voice? God, listen to that theme song.
Well, well, well. I never expect to see you here, JJ.
That arrogant voice. Good day, Severin. Severin? Oh, no. In high school, I had a classmate named Severin. I couldn't stand him. He was absolutely insufferable in every sense of the word. And now we have another insufferable Severin. God damn it. I can channel that into this. Yeah, really. I hope this guy's guilty of something. I want to send him to prison.
Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant?
Fine, fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severin Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Oh, it's worse. He's the prosecutor. Oh no! Unless we get to pull a Von Karma, we're stuck with him. But I mean, we get to beat him in court, maybe. Hopefully. Oh god, that means whatever voice I give this guy, I'm stuck with for probably the rest of the game. So I have to choose his voice very carefully. He looks so much like the Edgeworth type. Yeah, really. He looks like more than Edgeworth. He's like Edgeworth and Von Karma, just like dialed up to 11. Oh, are you two old school friends or something? More like arch rivals.
Please, JJ. I think arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to get clients.
Actually, Severin, business has never been better. I'll have you know that I am currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less.
The Prince of Spain? Juan Cuerdo? Well, well, this is quite an amusing coincidence.
Don't tell me.
Correct. I am the prosecutor for the very same case.
Yeah, Karma was a monster. You got a good point there. Yeah. You got a point there.
It is a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that is what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him.
Don't call me a bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severin.
One always speaks badly when one has nothing to say. Voltaire.
Uh-oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort. Huh? Oh yeah,
Rubber in your glue.
I don't agree with what you say. A witty saying proves nothing. I'm not gonna use that one. That's baby stuff. I don't agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it, probably. Nah. Go with that. A witty saying proves nothing. Voltaire.
Ooh!
Very good, JJ.
a worthy riposte. But enough talk. If you, messieurs, would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for.
Yeah, I think that was the best option.
JJ, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court.
Ugh, I can't stand that guy. He did seem like a bit of a cockerel. But is it true what he said? You know, that he trounced you in court 5 times?
I can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mountains of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me.
But this time will be different, right?
I hope so.
I know so. For you see, I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of Cocorino's pocket when he was busy rattling off Voltaire quotes. Why are we thieves? Why do we keep stealing evidence?
Sparrowson! That's
pretty illegal.
pretty illegal and immoral. Stealing from another attorney? That's the sort of thing that gets lawyers disbarred on the spot.
Oh, I didn't realize it was so serious. All right, I'll go give it back. I'll say he dropped it or something.
Wait. There's no need to be so hasty. Let's have a look and see what the map says. We'll just take a peek.
Just moments ago, you said that taking the map was illegal and immoral.
Well, the act is done. It's not like peeking would be making the act double illegal. Plus, the extra information would even the playing field. It would help to create a balanced legal environment. That's a good thing, isn't it?
When you put it like that, it would be almost illegal not to take a look.
Yeah. Let's take a closer look.
All right, Shy, I can un-VIP you like that. I'm just letting you know that.
I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area, everything from Tuileries to the Rue de Louvre. Most convenient. We're currently standing here in the Place du Carrousel, and the pendant arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means that the king first went here through the Salle du Tibre, and then here to the Grand Gallery where the murder occurred.
Didn't Prince Juan say he spent the morning in the Tuileries Gardens?
That's right. So that means Prince Juan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here.
Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first?
Let's check the garden first. Sparrowson could go the whole game without making another pun, and it would still be too soon. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculately maintained Tuileries Gardens. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line.
Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar?
It's the photographer. Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name? Robitio Robinho. Robitio Robinho!
Did someone call me? Oh, it's you. The lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good that you gave up on your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. God damn it. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service. Me! Yeah, I can believe that.
Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful that you got off without jail time.
You sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So did you two want to ask me something, or are you just here to gawp? Personally, I'm just gawping.
Actually, I do have a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Robinho. You've met a Prince Juan. I don't suppose you've bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you?
A Spanish fox? No, I've never met anyone like that. This is about that assassination attempt on the king, then you're asking the wrong person. I only started working here today.
I see. So, how's that new groundskeeping job working out?
Terrible. Tourists are pigs. Sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. And look what I picked up by this west entrance. A book page. A whole book I can understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page? Wait a moment. May I take a closer look at that, monsieur? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands, monsieur? Sure. What's it worth to you? What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally worthless. Then I suppose I'll be destroying it as per my duties. All right. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me the page and... I have 59 francs. I could speak to Judge Maxime. I'll speak with Judge Maxime. I'll put in a good word and might be able to get your sentence reduced. Really? You'll do that for me? Thank you, monsieur. I would really appreciate that. Here, take the page. Page 44 of... Fine. El ingenioso hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. There, I said it. Are you happy? Is that what you wanted? Do you want to ask something else? That's all. We'll let you get back to your work, Monsieur Robinho. Shut up, Shia. Let's see. So let's follow the king's route then. It's a start. So this is the Salle du Tibre. If I understand Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading to the Grand Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anybody around to interrogate. Interview. Right. Interview. Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping. What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery where the murder took place. Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-tooth comb. But I bet that numbskull Inspector Volerti didn't even think to check this room for clues. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks. Your logic seems a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. Let's see. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece. It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place. I don't think that's right. My uncle's a Roman historian, trust me. You say so. A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water, or for cremated remains? Probably not both at the same time. It smells good. Don't sniff the exhibit, Sparrowson. No, really, this urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey. You poor thing, you're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office? Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in here. I can feel it. Now you're touching the exhibit. That's definitely a no-no. See, look what I found in the urn. Put that down, Sparrowson. It's someone's old rubbish. No, look, it's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% cocoa. Belgian in origin. The level of wrapping the level of wrapper crumpling and the firmness of the chocolate residue indicate that this was discarded just a few days ago. Yes, I am certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder. Mon Dieu, Sparrowson, you deduced all that from smelling the wrapper. Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it. That won't be necessary. Sparrowson, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective. Only all evidence were edible. So do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it. No, there's no possible way we could know that. I suppose we will just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore. Interesting, because I can see Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper. Well, you can't blame a bird for trying. Hey, I would have gotten along with it, Sparrowson. I would have humored you. These columns have been designed to look Roman. I think the style is iconic. It's not iconic. It's not ionic, Falcon. Irony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different. That's not... Never mind. Boom. This is some sort of ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet. Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact, gifted to the Emperor Hadrian for his victory at Euphrates in 123 AD. Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia. Alright, you got me. This could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know. I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze. How much do you think they're worth? I don't know. There are hundreds of 300 francs a piece at least. What? Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession. I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrowson. Who said anything about archaeology? I'm going to become a museum robber. Oh, well, that's one way to get rich quick. Supporting column. It's holding the roof up. If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time. And I think that's everything. We're done here. For now, at least. We can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose. So where to next? The Grand Gallery, of course. Here we are, the Grand Gallery, the murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one is the new one? I haven't the foggiest. We'll have to ask someone. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Excuse me, monsieur. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers. I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January? The one the king came to visit. Oh yeah, I can help you with that. It's a piece right behind you. Ah, I see. It's a painting of the king himself. That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you make of it, Falcon? A penguin! I love him. Look at him. What do I think? Well, I'm no art critic, but... The careful brush strokes. The pre-Raphaelite soft tones and the subliminal use of light. This is contrasted, nuanced work. It's an evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era. Isn't that Napoleon's portrait except penguin? I don't know. You said a lot of words, but I'm not sure if I'm any closer to knowing your opinion. I'll be honest, I don't know much about art. I couldn't tell you if that was Napoleon's. I'm getting the impression that you, messieurs, aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines. Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never once been to the Middle East. I can't hear the word Philistine without my brain immediately going to No More Heroes. Yeah, okay, there we go. We got 2 people on board with me. Excellent. Then I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt. That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple of questions about what you saw. Oh, I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Reniord Volpes, private investigator? Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types. No, please give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he can do the same for you. Well, I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the card. We appreciate the help in any case. It's no trouble. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Is there anything else we can do here? Well, ideally, we would turn the whole Grand Gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence, but that's not possible with so many people around. We should probably just move to another room. Are we all done here? Yeah. I believe so. Let's make a move. Good call. We can always come back later if we've forgotten something. A new day. Well, it would cost another day to go back there, so let's make sure we've scanned everything else. They did keep the map. They took a peek, but by then Cocorico was like well on his way. Let's see. Let's head to... Oh, this won't consume a day to visit. Is it like nearby the Louvre? No? Okay. Well, if this isn't gonna use up a day, I may as well go there. Ooh, customers. Hello? Is this the office of Renard Volpes? Ah, it's you two. Mousy, what are you doing here? Oh, this is where I work. See, R&M, Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Volpes and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Volpes who chooses which cases to take on. I see. Well then, can we speak with Monsieur Volpes? Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Volpes is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England. England? But he's set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then? That's no good to us. Our case will be over by then. There's nothing to be done about it. I suppose we'll have to come back later. Yeah, teeny tiny mouse. Ken, hey, how's it going? I'm glad you're here, Ken. This is Ace Attorney, but like with a lot of really cool new features that make the game a lot more interesting. So I think you'd very much enjoy this. A lot of puns, yes. So like a quick rundown of what's going on right here. This is the map of all the locations we can investigate. Anything with a clock by it will consume a day, and we have a certain number of days before the trial begins, so it's entirely possible to waste your time and not get all the evidence. Which is really interesting. And also, the first case, I'll tell your mom I say hi back then. Yeah, there's a lot of freedom and a lot of branching, and can you remember the twist in the final case of the second Ace Attorney game, where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, this guy hired an assassin to commit the murder, so so the guy you're defending is actually kind of guilty. Yeah, they pull that shit in the very first case. The very first case, the person you're defending is the actual murderer. It's really cool. Yeah, first case. And there's like all this branching stuff, and you know, you can like accidentally like over pressure witnesses to like not want to talk to you anymore. There's like a jury system, so like you can lose favor with the jury by asking pointless questions. So you can't like press every single statement like you do in Ace Attorney. So you can like lose favor with the jury and like still like lose the case. And I'm wondering if that's like alternate endings and not just an automatic game over, honestly. So we're gonna visit the chocolate emporium because we found a chocolate wrapper. Oh boy. Belgian accent. We're gonna go with German, because that's the closest I know to Belgium. Let's see. German. Welcome to Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. I am Lander Hagelslack, the founder and owner of this establishment. And I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Good day, monsieur. Oh god, these accents. I have trouble with accents sometimes. I'm trying to hear a German accent in my head. Let's see, what German characters did I know? The only German character I know is the goddamn medic. I am fully charged! Oh, lawyers, very fancy. I must say that I once dreamed of being a lawyer, but, well, circumstances wouldn't allow it. It's a funny story. You see, when I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney. Falcon, you have to help me. What is it? So, anyways, that's how I lost my medical license. You try voicing one of them as Dimitri for fun. Well, they are all French. So I could do that. But I haven't met anyone who really fits that bill just yet. I'm sure we'll meet someone, though. It's the smell, Falcon. It's overpowering me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop. For pity's sake, restrain yourself, Sparrowson. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So, are you messieurs here to buy some chocolate? Yes! No. We're actually here on business, monsieur. Business? First things first. First things first, we believe that this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop. Are we correct? Oh, yes. That is indeed the chocolate, the trademarked Hagelslack chocolate wrapper. For genuine Belgian Hagelslack chocolate. This was most certainly bought from this very establishment. Very good. With that established, there is something else we wish to ask Monsieur Hagelslack. Who bought this piece of chocolate? Can you tell us who bought the chocolate that was contained in this wrapper, Monsieur Hagelslack? I'm afraid not, messieurs. Not just because of matters of confidentiality, although that is a factor you understand, but because I couldn't possibly know that. I thought elephants never forget. My memory is impeccable, monsieur, but you must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item. So your memory is good, but you need further information. If we were to give you the description and name of a person, would you be able to tell us whether they purchased something from you? Oh, yes, that I could probably do, monsieur. Let me think. Who to ask about? Let's ask about... where's the murder victim? The night fellow, what keeled over? There we go, this guy. Have you ever served a member of the Royal Guard by the name of Major Howell? No, monsieur. Are you sure? Yes, monsieur. I have served many soldiers, but I don't recall seeing a major here in recent memory. What does that mean, Falcon? Have we lost our lead? Not necessarily, it just means that Major Howell didn't buy the chocolate that may have killed him. There's still the possibility that someone bought the chocolate for him. That's our lead. That's who we want to find. I see. I did once serve a high-ranking officer in the British Army who was on his way to Zimbabwe, if you want to hear that story. No, I don't want to hear that story. I think who to ask about... let's see if Juan bought any. Have you ever served Juan Quierdo, the Prince of Spain? A Prince of Spain? No, monsieur. Well, that's good to hear. Our clue would have turned into a dead end if our own client turned out to be the chocolate fiend. I did once serve a princess from Mali, if that is any help. You see, I met a girl while hiking through the Himalayas. Please stop. Let's see. Oh. We have a bunch of blank spots. Have you ever bought your own chocolates? Are you the murderer? Alright, take care, Arunia. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love that too. Let's see. The king himself isn't on here, is he? Because the king was the one that was like, they tried to kill him, but doesn't look like he's listed here. No, he's not. Let's ask about... Let's talk about this guy. Have you ever served a porcupine art aficionado named Eric Pork? No, monsieur. Messieurs, I'm growing tired of these endless inquiries. Mayhaps you should come back another day. You know, Falcon, it's possible that we just haven't encountered the chocolate fiend yet. Rather than coming back here every day and making aimless guesses, we should wait until we have someone specific in mind. You might have a point, Sparrowson. Thank you for your time, Monsieur Haggleslack. We shall return when our investigation has progressed a little. Anytime, messieurs. Ah, so that's a day kinda wasted. We should look for some leads at, the bar. I think that's our next possible stop. Let's see. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to learn more about this Prince Juan, then this would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Ah, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Quenelle. That's great to hear, hun. Will it be the usual? No, I'm back to investigative work today, so I've got to keep sharp. We wanted to know if you've seen a picture of a Prince of Spain around here recently. A Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, hun, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. I'm lucky to serve the occasional bourgeoisie. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons. Feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Powell, are playing cards in the attic, same as always. Well, we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you rattled enough cages, you would find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madam. Let's see, where to start? Let's go to the drinking room. So there I was, in the grasslands 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I've been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar, a big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim. And then BAM! You shot it? No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. My nan went the same way. That's what I thought. But when I went to take a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Whoa, it was rabid? Possible, but I don't think so. I remembered reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? I want to ask about the boar. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You say that the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Could you give us some further details? Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I would guess that it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolfsbane, I think they call it. But really, I have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen a Juan Quierdo around here. He's Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat. Calls everyone senor. That doesn't sound familiar. You recall seeing anyone like that, Piero? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something? I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. Spanish royalty? That sounds like a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Come on, Powell. Just one more game of Jacques Noir.
Absolutely not. My wallet is hurting enough as it is.
Please? I'll even let you deal this time.
The answer's no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you'll have to ask someone else.
Fine, I'll ask that big fellow.
Excuse me, monsieur.
Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir? Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur. Very well then, do you know how to play? Of course. I've been playing for years. Yeah, right. Don't get cocky, Falcon.
Very good.
I shall be the dealer. We'll bet 5 francs per game. Here we go. Alright. Hit me! Hit me! Ooh, that's good. Let's see what you got, dealer. Yeah! Well played, monsieur. Here's your payout. Shall we have another round? No, I'm done. I understand. Feel free to come back anytime. Do I have to, like, keep playing to get something out of him? Ah, the big fella has returned. Here to play some cards, monsieur. Come on, surely you have time for one quick game. Oh, go on then. Alright, alright. You've twisted my arm. Very well then. Do you know how to play? Of course. Is this just, like, normal gambling? Or am I actually going to get something out of this if I play enough games with him? I have no way of telling. I'll stand on 19. That seems safe. Especially considering there's, like 12s in this deck. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll do 3. I'll play 3 games in a row, and we'll see if that gets him to talk. And if it doesn't, I'm just gonna move on. Hit me. Ooh, 15. Alright, I'll stand on 17. There's some big cards in there. Ah, oh well. All right, last game in a row, and if you don't talk, then I'm gonna call this a dead end. Or I'll come back and I'll just say no twice, and we'll see if he kicks me out of the room. Stand. Oh, damn. 21 on the dot. All right, we're gonna go back and we're gonna say no twice, and we're gonna see if I can, like, interrogate him. No? Okay, I guess we just can't talk to those guys. I guess, yeah. So let's see, we have a lead on Wolfsbane, and we have 2 new faces, but I don't think either face is going to help us with the chocolate hunt. Yeah, let me check the drinking room one more time. Maybe there's someone else I can talk to. Nobody's interested in conversation. Okay. I guess so. Occasionally, special cinematic scenes marked by an exclamation mark will pop up on the map screen. These cinematic scenes are only available for 1 day before disappearing, but they take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. Sure. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. proletariats grow confident, the bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. And then a revolution. Whoa. Let's see. Oh, right, the library. Yeah. Good idea. This puts the fox quite on a sus. I guess so, yeah. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poison pork? The other piece of advice. If we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? I love that Readings for Squares is just an answer to all of these. I like modern novels. Have you read The Three Musketeers yet? It has heaps of romance, intrigue, and action. You would love it, Sparrowson. Don't patronize me, Falcon. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoyed the novel's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate. Wow, it's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute. You just memorized that single sentence to sound well-read, didn't you? Maybe.
Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building.
Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you?
An astute observation. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian.
Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. What can you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like.
I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat.
Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are?
What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe.
Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories?
Very well. Pay attention because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnant Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Or Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montemolin. I hope that answers your question.
Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Quierdo of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation.
A Prince Juan Quierdo. Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain. I'm not even sure Quierdo is a real name. It is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy.
How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure, our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic. Or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our best interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers. Right.
Are you two quite done chit-chatting?
I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it?
Don Quixote of La Mancha. It's a classic. Everybody's read it.
Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't.
I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read.
Nor would I expect you to, monsieur. But what can you tell us about the physical book itself?
This particular book didn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway. I see. Thank you. Did you have any other questions, or can I get back to work?
Don't worry, monsieur. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time.
Huh. Then I bid you good day.
I am just now realizing that his name is Nathan. Fuck you. I'm gonna visit the offices real quick. I want to just go over when the trial is, because I think it might be tomorrow. Oh, okay. I was just trying to figure out when the trial was. Do I have 2 days left or 1 day? So let's interrogate our prince again. Some important information to get out of him. You again? Visiting hours are over. Come back later. I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of statuses 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action. All right. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Wow, Falcon. How did you memorize those criminal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson. Learn how to bluff. Yes! The music! Ah, Signor Falcon. It is so good to see you again. You must have some good news about my case, I hope. Confront politely. Listen, Juan, in order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. I'm afraid I don't quite follow, Signor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Quiardo. Where is this coming from? I assure you, Signor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrowson, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Quiardo is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. It was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, Monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There was a girl, a mademoiselle who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone has debt these days, Monsieur. Indeed. But this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. Mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Oh yeah, that's absolutely the swan. Do you understand what I am saying, monsieur? To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad that you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is a problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps if we should talk about something else in the meantime? What is your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I am Juan Quiardo, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Reyer, a pauper living under the bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name. Oh! You are Reynard Volpe's private investigator. Very astute, and you're Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan. Renard. Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. What's a man? A miserable pile of secrets! Of course. So what truth is it that you are attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now. Really? I don't feel that we've learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget. Would you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether the birds have flown south? What is that, some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured, Monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. If I have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Well, we didn't get to ask about the chocolate, unfortunately. Ran out of time to do that. But we can go here without wasting any time. Falcon, what are you doing? It's trial day. We have a Spanish prince to defend. All right, what was I thinking? Oh, damn it! Ooh. This is gonna get a little bit ugly. We're missing some big pieces, it feels like. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal des Grandes Instances. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Yup! Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about the real murderer? Nothing! Easy there, Falcon. We can do this. Signor Falcon, I trust everything is in order? Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. All of you cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Signor Falcon. We will. Are we ready? We're ready. I'm imagining there's going to be a part 2 to this. Maybe. Because we visited each place once. There would not have been enough. We didn't visit any place twice. I don't think we visited any place twice. No, the jail cell, the first time we visited the jail, I think was not like a spent day. I think that was we went there automatically. So the only thing we could have gotten, I don't know. Severin. Nervous? Sorry. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous. Whoa, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. What if this is how you act before the trial has even started? Why, you pompous-tailed puss, you're perfect. Order, order. Let's all settle down. Court is now in session. Psst, Falcon. What is it? Is it me, or does the primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge to the one who resided over Dame Catterlene's trial, you doofus. Oh, still, it's a little strange, isn't it? Yeah, maybe a little. Just a little, I suppose. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be presiding over this case. Where is he? Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, assessor as prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Quierdo, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is present and ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Good, very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy.
Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes.
Oh, so he is Von Karma. Okay. 5 minutes? He's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together.
So we're all on the same page. Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Juste Volerte.
Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Please recite your name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Inspector Juste Volerte. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats.
That will do, Inspector. We've heard all your monologue before.
Whoa, Cocorico is really going for a speed record, isn't he?
Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January?
Of course. At 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was...
Oh, cluck? Because he's a rooster.
Do you get it? Do you get it? It's funny. Laugh at the funny joke. Or maybe it's typo. It could be either. I choose to believe it's a pun. I was called into the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Okay, it was intentional. Did he just say O'Clock? There, I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, and the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in his hand, and around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead.
And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse?
The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poison rose must have been the cause of death.
Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions.
Damn, I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we weren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand.
I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered.
This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it. For now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination.
Let's see.
10 o'clock in the morning. Died of poisoning. Let's see. Major Howell took a rose from Prince Juan. The horns supposedly coated in poison. We have very little to go off of here. Let's see. Who was he? It's curious, we've spent our whole investigation focusing on the murder, but I still don't know much about the victim himself. Exactly who was Major Howell? What if it was just the dog ate chocolate? Oh, God. Could you imagine? That's not... Oh, God. Holy shit. I swear to God if that's the goddamn twist. He was a royal guard, a well-respected dog who was getting on in the years. See, that's the thing. The chocolate could have been poisonous because we had the option to ask the elephant about that, but we didn't get to because we spent too much time questioning, like, who bought the chocolate. But, you know, dogs aren't supposed to eat chocolate because chocolate is just naturally poisonous to dogs. So if that's the joke they go for here, I don't know how to feel about that. I was not friends with the man, but I had met him on several occasions in the past, at banquets and royal meetings and the sort. Major Howell was a stern, no-nonsense fellow, but he was a good man. His wife and children no doubt miss him. No doubt. Thank you for the insight, Inspector. What if he was the intended victim? We've been treating this case as if the intended murder target was King Louis Philippe. There's another possibility. What if the killer was trying to murder Major Howell from the very beginning? JJ, stop talking. You just said something very stupid. I can explain why and humiliate you in front of the whole court. Alternatively, you could retract your question right now and I will save your humiliation for another day. Yeah, he was trying to give the rose to the king, so, you know, retract the question, sure. A wise choice. We'll come back to that if we really need to. That felt like the game was like just trying to like gently tell me, hey, maybe don't. Inspector, you say that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison. Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There's no possibility that his death was natural. What kind of poison was it? Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. At first, the coroner posited that it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. But when he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested that it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. How exactly was Major Howell poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? That's exactly what I'm suggesting. I don't doubt that Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon would fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of the poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning given the timing of the incident. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there is no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives, and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies. But that's okay, because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin! That's not how we do things here! This is the 1800s, remember? Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong. There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. Chocolate. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle du Tibre to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolates moments before he died? I most certainly am. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force does not have time nor resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. Date of consumption calculated by Weirdo Sparrow. Yeah, really? The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish. I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene. Correct. And you have reason to believe that it was consumed on the day of the incident. I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate? Well, that is a fact we are still investigating. I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That is weak even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He is a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingley. Would the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? All right, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, tell the truth, and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingley, and I'm a person who fishes. A person who fishes, so you're a fisherman. Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was supposed to be better than this. He's a kingfisher? I beg your pardon. Here comes Toussaint Kingley, the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisherman, because, didn't you hear, all kingfishers are fishermen. Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And? Can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor is carrying a riding crop. Clearly, he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake. Fine. List your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Wait, he's carrying a riding crop. He is a Von Karma! He's both Von Karmas at once! Thank you. Actually, why are you carrying a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting upon a railing on the Pont des Arts. The Pont des Arts, that's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw from the Louvre's south entrance, correct? That's right. And what were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So you would have plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw? Well, the Louvre's a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then, around 9:30 a.m., I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague, biased description. Not really. He looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem.
Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if he were applying something to the flower, perhaps.
Well, monsieur, I really shouldn't speculate.
Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question.
But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem.
Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes.
I smell perjury.
You do?
No question. You saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the entrance of a crime, near the scene of a crime? That's not believable at all.
I think you might be right. I wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Ugh! Fine, do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself. Let's see. I'll ask about the shifty-looking fox. Monsieur Kingsley, you claim that you saw a shifty-looking fox.
Yep, super mega shifty.
I probably shouldn't say all foxes are shifty-looking when the judge is a fox. Are you sure that the fox was Prince Juan? There must be at least 100 foxes in Paris. How do you know that the fox you saw was Prince Juan?
Well, he was wearing a suave hat that hung low over his eyes. I hear that's how they wear him in Spain. I'm not much of a fashion expert, but the rest of his outfit looked quite out of place in the French winter.
Is that all you're going by? His fashion sense?
Oh, I nearly forgot. I heard him call a passerby signor. I thought that was peculiar.
Well, that's him all right.
Come back to this. Indeed I did.
Let's see. Who was in the king's entourage? Who did you see in the king's entourage?
Well, there was the king himself, obviously. There were quite a few guards. Maybe 4 or 5, including a big dog who I hear is the guy who died, Major Howell. And I think that was all.
I see. Monsieur Kingsley, you say that you saw a fox rubbing the stem of a rose.
Yep, saw it with my own eyes.
Sure you saw powder. How far away were you from the south entrance? 20 meters, perhaps? 30? I'm somewhat doubtful that you can make out powder being applied to anything at those sorts of distances.
Monsieur, I don't claim to have seen the powder myself. I said that it looked like he was applying powder to the flower stem. It could have been a wax or a liquid or whatever, but the guy was definitely putting something on the flower.
I see. Well, that's nice and vague. Are you sure it was a rose? Are you certain the fox was handling a rose and not some other type of flower?
Pretty sure. The red petals stand out quite nicely on a gray January morning.
So you're confident. You're absolutely sure that you saw a bright red flower in the fox's hands. We never got that flower from the flower girl. Ask about the Pont des Arts. Monsieur Kingsley, you say that you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts the morning of the incident.
Yep.
Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre's southern entrance, didn't you?
Yep, the Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing Grand Gallery's south side.
What about the other entrances?
The other entrances? You mean like if you were entering from the Tuileries Garden or the Place du Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge.
But of course that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand. That's what counts.
What if Prince Juan used another entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from the gardens to the west like he said he did? Tuileries Gardens to the west. And we have evidence to prove it because we have the torn page. That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens? As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, Monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre de Tuileries Gardens. Look at this. A book page. Page 44 of Don Quixote, specifically, was found just outside of the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in the Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that, in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He could not have possibly been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, Monsieur. A fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from the Tuileries to the Louvre's south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy some pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation. It's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between 2 seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's books fell out on his way to the Louvre's south entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered, then he took the long way around. How dare you! The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts! I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No! Everything I've said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I am not a fisherman! See? He admits it himself. That's not what I meant! Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false. Ah, no! This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something. I really did! Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan? Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the Hare v. Tortoise trial. Alright. It's that late already? Curses, I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single session. It is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. Yes, alright, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. 2 sessions. A lot came up in that trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about that. But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand? Maybe he was coerced. Maybe he likes attention. It could be either. Well, it's possible that he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Judge Romulus. Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. Why? Alright, take care. I'm about to wrap up in a minute anyway. Feel free to drop a follow if you haven't already, and... Oh god, the notification sounds must still not be working because I didn't hear WeirTag follow. Thank you, WeirTag, for following. I appreciate it, if you're still here. Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me, excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. Sorry to bother you, but, this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. A letter for me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Oh, that looks like a ransom letter. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be, pitied by a first-year dropout. Oh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters. Whoa! I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon. Stop your investigation, or there will be consequences. Scary. There's no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right. Why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason, although I can't help but wonder why they would bother since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation though, right? Yep. Oh yes, absolutely. The lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter. They would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. All right. I'm going to end off here. I want to thank everybody who stopped by. I think I'll be continuing this tomorrow. This is really good. I'm really enjoying this. So, yeah. More of this tomorrow. Be sure to stop by and check it out. I'm excited to see where this goes. And I'm excited to see if there's more branching pathways and whatnot. But for now, take care, everyone. I'm gonna see... Let's see, is there anyone I want to raid right now? Not really. Alright, I'm just gonna end off the stream then. Take care, everyone, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.